Event 11
Peters,
is here.
Two-time defending US Poker Open champion. Can he make it 3 in a row? Tamon Nakamura, a record-breaking 6 cashes in 2022. The overall points leader, charging towards history. They are chasing the chip leader, Imsirovic, 2021 GPI Player of the Year, and Thai roller end boss. The race for the Golden
Welcome
Eagle
back to the
Trophy
US Poker
comes
Open,
into
event
focus
number 11.
right now.
We're playing for that beautiful 60-pound Gold Eagle Trophy as we have another stacked final table lined up for you guys. We are in Las Vegas, the PokerGO studio. That's where it will happen as this 25K No Limit Hold'em final table plays down to a winner today as Imsirovic comes into the final table with a big chip lead, followed by Sean Winter, Jake Schindler, Nick Schulman, Tamon Nakamura, and David Peters. And here we are inside the wonderful studio. My name is Rem Krinkma. Donnie Peters joining me as always for the 1-hour free previews of the action. Jeff Platt and Brent Hanks on the call on PokerGO.com. But please stay with us for this first hour as we may or may not do some prize giveaways, some signed decks of cards, and who knows what else we can make happen if you guys interact with the show. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Donnie, another action-filled final table. No more pot limit Omaha. It is no limit hold'em from here on out. How are you feeling about today's final table?
The Cadillac is back. That's how I feel.
And so is Imsirovic.
It's funny how PLO is supposed to be so much more exciting and it ultimately isn't.
PLO is a strange game. PLO is a lot harder to comprehend for us mortals on this planet as Dylan Wiseman completely demolished last night's final table. And here it is, a look at the USPO standings as Tamon Nakamura has a commanding chip lead, I might say, on this leaderboard as Alex Fox and Chino Reem, Phil Hellmuth and Eric Seidel are not present at this final table. So any points he gathers today will help him extend the lead. However, there are some other players at this final table who can look to narrow the gap as we get closer and closer to that 50K No Limit Hold'em that will close out the 2022 US Poker Open. Donnie Peters, what scenario are you hoping for at this final table?
Raise 60,000.
I mean, it's tricky. Listen, I said it the other day. People need to get familiar with Nakamura.
Weird.
He's having a breakout right before our eyes, and I want to root for him. You know, I want to root for that breakout to continue to happen. If he goes on to win this tournament, I'm fairly certain he locks up the USPO championship, which would make the race for the points in the final event moot. But that said, if he does go on to win and he wins 3 titles, he's very much deserving, and we should give him that 60-pound Golden Eagle Trophy.
5th final table for Nakamura, already an impressive showing. He is basically the revelation of the US Poker Open. He can do, maybe to a bit of a smaller extent, what Stephen Chitwick did in 2018, making this his breakout performance series. Ever since Chitwick won the 2018 USPO, he's been on an absolute tear all over the world. And maybe this is the start of that for Nakamura, who's been around for longer than just the US Poker Open. But this is the first time that an international audience gets to see him play day after day. And it's been a pleasure seeing him both play and interact with his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, he's put on a show, to say the least. He's done super well, as you outlined through these first 10 events. You know, now he has a chance for another win here. I mean, I think a star is being born right before our eyes. He needs to be, if he's not a finalist for Breakout Player of the Year, then everyone that voted needs to just go drive a FedEx truck or something. Like, go drive Kanish's truck, because just turn in your poker media voting card, because this guy is having an incredible breakout on the biggest stage against the toughest players.
Eric Denny, if you're listening, put him on the list. Three-handed action here on the first hand off the deck. Winter with 6s, Imsirovic with the 8-7, and Peters with King 10. Imsirovic makes top pair, as Imsirovic does. He won a massive coin flip versus Chino Reem last night to secure himself a spot at this final table. Ace-King versus 9s. Ace on the river sent him to the chip lead, and he basically did not look back after that moment. Imsirovic with a win will be a very strong contender for the overall US Poker Open Championship. And as everyone is tuning in and chatting with us, depending on the platform where you're watching, hit that follow button, subscribe to the channel, or just like the page. I guess you guys can all figure out.
Sean Winter looks like a knight. Look at with the hoodie over his head like that.
Winter is coming.
That's right. Ali Imsirovic doesn't have the Dragon Ball Z hoodie on.
I'm not
What's
sure,
going on here?
I'm not sure if that'll work for him. He needs to channel
You
that.
think this is like a superstitious thing? Like he hasn't won in a while or something, you know?
I mean, that Super Saiyan energy is definitely helpful at these final tables.
Call.
To the river we go as Winter calls with the pair of sixes and the gut shot. 7 on the river would be very interesting.
Winter just a non-believer here.
10 on the river. Winter in position. Different watch from Imsirovic today. Probably equally expensive. Same watch?
Same watch.
Looks
I'm
different.
pretty sure it's a Hublot, right?
It's the light. Different light.
I don't peg Imsirovic as a guy who has many watches, so I'm just going to go with yes, it's the same watch.
55,000.
Very small bet from Imsirovic, only 1/10 of the pot. Correctly assessing the mediocre value, or the mediocre strength, I should say, of Sean Winter's hand. Winter tosses them into the muck. First blood drawn by Imsirovic.
No. You raised, I was going to be all in. What does that mean, Queen 10?
As you guys and girls might notice, it's very quiet in the room right now. The 50K No Limit Hold'em starts at 2 p.m. to give these players at the final table a chance to play the entire event and not miss any levels because they're playing at this final table. The 50K is the final event of the series, which will stream live tomorrow. And we appreciate everyone tuning in right now. Don't forget to smash that like button. I told the bosses, Brent Hanks included, that we'll hit 1,000 likes on today's stream. And if we do, Donnie Peters is giving away that deck of cards that he's sitting on from yesterday's stream that he did not give away. I believe it is signed by Antonio S. Fandiari. So
correct.
1,000 likes on the stream in this hour, and we'll give away an Antonio S. Fandiari signed deck of cards to someone in the YouTube chat. How about that? Winter versus Imsirovic part 2, and once again Imsirovic takes it down.
Ali Imsirovic with a chip lead is just a sight to behold. He does not hold back.
That is correct. That is correct. Thanks everyone tuning in on Facebook as well. Tim says, I like that Rounders reference. Well done, Donnie Peters. Chris is asking, how is Tamon doing this? Valid question for not having seen him on the stage, Donnie. What have you picked up from Tamon over the course of these last 10 events?
I think he's just a very solid, well-rounded player. After his first win, I talked with him briefly. He said that he's just a high-stakes cash game player from Japan. So, you know, he's somebody who has likely been playing for quite some time. He just, you know, as you pointed out, hasn't been on this big stage for everyone to see. That doesn't mean that he's not playing in really tough games against tough competition, which is likely what he's doing. You know, when he was over in Japan, probably even playing online a bit as well. And now we're just seeing it, you know, kind of all come to fruition here. But he seems overall like he knows what he's doing. The fact that he won the 8 game, has cashed in many other of the variants across the USPO series, I think just goes to show that he knows how to play every game well. He might not be the best at one singular game, but he knows how to play everything well. And when you have a versatile schedule like this year's USPO Open or US Poker Open is, then someone like a Nakamura can, you know, really make a big splash.
interesting thing from following Nakamura on Twitter, and yes, I have to use the translate button on his tweets. He said that the big bet mix and the 8 game were the 2 events he was most looking forward to, which is interesting when you consider how high the level of play is in these no-limit hold'em tournaments. For someone like Nakamura to jump into this series with those events as his 2 sort of premier events to look forward to really goes to show how well-rounded this guy is, and I think we're going to see him on many WSOP final tables in the summer as well.
Yeah, he said, you know, he came here to play everything at this series. Him and his friend Masashi Oha, who is also here from Japan. So they're here playing everything. Oya hasn't had the success that Nakamura has, but obviously very happy for his friend. He's sweating. When I walked in today, you know, he was right there by his side like he has been this entire series. He's sweated every final table that he's been at. So very cool to see, you know, that relationship, that camaraderie between these 2 players who are over all the way from Japan to compete here and, you know, doing so in a really big way.
Meanwhile, Winter and Imsirovic at it again for the 3rd straight hand. Imsirovic betting pot on the river. Winter calls it off with ace-jack. Imsirovic river to 6 with his flush draw. That was not enough. Winter rakes in the big pot, and he now takes the tournament chip lead.
It's also going to be interesting for, I know we often talk about ICM. Well, there's a lot of points implications for the USPO leaderboard, specifically with Nakamura here, and he is the 2nd shortest stack, just in front of David Peters on the leaderboard. But Nakamura has been sweating the USPO leaderboard the entire time. You know, he's very much aware of the prize that comes with it, the prestige that comes with it, his standing, who can kind of catch up to him, who's in, you know, that immediate striking distance. So I'm wondering if he's going to be a little bit less aggressive at this final table, just trying to ladder up some points. He has locked up 50 points already, so which puts him 100 points clear of Alex Foxen, but he can ladder up from there, gain some extra points, because again, going into that 50K, you know, it's kind of anyone's game unless Nakamura does go on to win this tournament.
For the people who are just tuning in, this is the 25K No Limit Hold'em final table, $440,000 up top. You can see the names of the players at the top of your screen, and we will be doing a 1-hour free preview of this final table today on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, meaning that if you go on over to PokerGO.com right now and get the annual subscription, use promo code USPO22 to take $20 off the annual sub. You can watch this entire final table with commentary by Brent Hanks and Jeff Platt, and yes, we do have chat as well on PokerGO, and that annual sub, of course, also gets you the new 9th season of High Stakes Poker, along with the upcoming World Series of Poker, which we'll be broadcasting many, many events from, including the entire main event. So plenty of action to dive into on PokerGO in the coming months. And now, a look back at the 2021 of Ali Imsirovic. If any poker player in the history of mankind would ever have a year like this, they would probably consider retirement, because it doesn't get much better than this. $6 million in earnings, first on the PGT, first on the GPI Player of the Year race, 14 wins, 23 cashes. Absolutely unbelievable showing by Imsirovic, and he is not looking to slow down anytime soon as he continues to crush and continues to sit in a high position on that PGT leaderboard, Donnie, which has even more importance this year, the PGT, as we've added in a fun wrinkle.
We did. Top 21 players this year at the end of the season get to compete in a $500,000 winner-take-all free roll. The chips that you start with in that free roll will be based on the points that you finish with from the leaderboard over the course of the season. Ali Imsirovic, after finishing in 3rd place yesterday, has jumped up to 3rd place on the 2022 PGT leaderboard. Isaac Kempton is at the top with 1,375 points. Then it's Tony Sinistage, 1,250, and Ali Imsirovic at 1,196. So early on, super early in the season, but Imsirovic is certainly making a case to go back-to-back and become PGT champion once again.
Nick Schulman wearing the Charlotte Hornets hat, always looking cool no matter what he wears. Decides to defend, or sorry, decides to, was it the limp raise? That was limp raise, right? Yeah, it was a limp raise. Or sorry, it was a limp from Schulman, a raise from Winter, and he made the call. So 90K each to the flop.
Sean always looks so mean.
He's got those cheekbones that really...
He's really not that mean, but he just looks mean.
He's a super nice guy. As they all are, I have to say.
40,000.
for those who are tuning in for the very first time during the US Poker Open, please know that we streamed the first 8 events for free in its entirety. So you can find all those on demand on our YouTube channel. Plenty of exciting final tables, including some action by Helmuth, by Negreanu, and many other stars. And there's also a good mix of events. There's 8-game, there's Big Bet Mix, PLO, and No Limit Hold'em. So plenty of action on our YouTube channel, and therefore, all we ask is for you to subscribe, and I'll throw a wrinkle at you right now. If we hit 243,000 subscribers during this hour, which means we need 120 more, we will do that deck of cards. I know you guys are... Some people are in a bad mood in the chat.
Oh, I thought we were doing it for 1,000 likes.
I know, but I want...
We can do 1,000 likes,
yeah,
and then we'll do a Nick Schulman signed deck for 243,000 subscribers.
Deal. So we got 2 decks of cards up for
2
grabs.
decks of cards up for grabs.
So
but these people got to like and subscribe to make it happen. So make it happen.
It's in the hands of the people watching right now. Schulman bets on the river, making his flush. The nut flush, to be exact.
Almost a royal flush. I mean, he's almost there.
So close. I think we've seen 4 hands and Winter has had the big decision every single time. Winter correctly tosses them into the muck. One for Schulman, who needs it.
You got lucky or unlucky, my phone kept dinging.
Why?
Depends on what you had.
But what does the
I was
ding?
thinking
What
of
does the
jamming.
ding do? Like,
Huh?
what does the ding do? Make you more likely to fold?
I don't know, to distract me.
You have a paid there. That's pretty sick.
Huh?
I mean, Nick's the best. He's just
Could
the
turn
best.
that ringer off.
I just did. Yeah, in the middle of
I
hand.
thought
It
maybe
looks
you had
like
some
I'm like
business,
looking up what I'm supposed to
I
do.
thought you might have big business though. You know what I mean? Can't turn it off.
Nick Schulman just...
I mean, I
the
wasn't
best.
expecting 8 texts in a row.
Raise 60,000.
You know, it's kind of rare.
Nick Schulman was always so quick with the wit. Love to see it. Seeing a few subs come in. Not nearly enough, and those likes are trailing by a lot. If you guys enjoy the content, please smash that like button. We much appreciate it. And while you're at it, if you enjoy our content, we have a lot more coming this year, and we share a lot of that stuff for the very first time on our Discord channel. So discord.gg/PokerGo. Go check it out, discord.gg/PokerGo, if you want to join our community that now has 1,588 members. We talk about poker, we talk about sports, Las Vegas, we talk about gambling, all sorts of stuff. Whatever you want to talk about, it is part of our Discord channel.
Full house here for Nakamura.
Check.
Looking good for that USPO points leader.
We have greetings from Mexico on Facebook. Jaime, thank you so much for tuning in. And that prompts me to ask everyone, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear if the crowd is international today. Respond in the chat with the flag of your country.
Interesting river card here. Schindler picks up a straight. That said, double paired board. Not exactly the easiest to just fire in the value bet.
Interesting pot size if you look at Nakamura's stack. The best part, however, is that he checked to Schindler.
10 seconds.
I think Schindler checks back here quite a bit.
Maybe a small bet and a bet fold.
110,000.
About half pot right there.
Nakamura doing some posturing before putting in a min raise.
Raise 250,000.
Nakamura repping the no gamble no future patch.
Love to see it.
Sure, Jake's thinking, you know, why the heck did I bet?
I mean, I love the fact that Nakamura made it so small.
10 seconds.
And I feel like that's probably the only way he has a chance of getting paid off here. Like I don't ever think he's calling a shove.
Raise with an ace?
Schindler does lay it down.
No gamble, no future?
Yeah.
Wow.
But this time, actually, not gamble.
Okay.
I have king.
A king for Nakamura gives him the full house and a win here versus Schindler. And I'll say it once more. Use promo code USPO22 for $20 off the annual subscription, which includes, of course, the new season of High Stakes Poker, Season 9 out now. New episodes being released every Monday, and that means tomorrow we'll have another release of a new episode, and we do watch parties for that on our Discord channel, discord.gg/PokerGo. But an annual sub for PokerGo will also include the upcoming World Series of Poker, Poker Masters, Super High Roller Bowl, and, Donnie, probably the most exciting new event we've had in a very long time, the upcoming Heads Up Showdown.
Yes, the Heads Up Showdown, $25,000 Heads Up bracket-style tournament featuring 32 players. The top 16 players on the PGT leaderboard following the USPO get an invite. They have the opportunity to buy in for $25K, and then there's 16 additional special invitees that'll have the option to get on in there. Should create a very fun, entertaining dynamic. You'll have half the field that are, widely considered as the best poker players in the world, given their standing on the PGT leaderboard. And then you'll have 16 other, invited players.
It's going to be amazing. I hope we see some interesting characters return to the studio that might not play all these events all the time, but get tickled a little bit, perhaps, by some high-stakes heads-up action.
It also makes these final events of the USPO a little bit more meaningful. Even if you don't go on to ultimately win the USPO championship, you can gather some points on the PGT leaderboard to get into that top 21 or top 16. Sorry, with the chance of competing in the heads up showdown. Jake Schindler and Sean Winter are both just outside the top 16 as things stand right now. Phil Hellmuth he's 20th right now. He's another person. Shannon Shore, Stephen Chidwick, also in the top 30 there, but outside the top 16.
For those that are asking, including Tap Out on YouTube, yes, we are indeed live, coming at you from the PokerGo studio in Las Vegas as Jake Schindler raises it up with jacks. Nakamura looking down at Queen Jack suited. Always looks a lot better than it is, but if you're on the button, you might as well see a flop. We are 93 subs away from getting to 243,000. That means we're going to do a signed deck giveaway here on YouTube. And if we hit 1,000 likes, we'll do it once more.
Big spot here for Imsirovic. Ace, queen of clubs in the big blind. Comes in with a 3-bet, making it 280,000 to go. Interesting to point out, Schindler is 3rd in chips, and there are, some noticeably shorter stacks elsewhere at the table.
Meanwhile, we got tons of countries represented in the chat. Love to see it. If you're just joining us, let us know where you're watching from.
All in from Schindler here. Nakamura quickly gets out of the way. Nakamura did fold that Queen Jack of Hearts, taking away 1 out from Imsirovic. Should he make the call here and get into this flip?
Big shove from Schindler, Donnie.
Yeah, I think the shove size, is just because he knows that there's other short stacks at the table, and he's like, you know what, if I'm gonna play for it, I'm playing for it all, and let's go, Ali. Like, put your money in. This is a huge chunk of Ali's stack. Should he call and lose? Winter is caught up to Ali on the leaderboard, but this is more than half of Ali's chips. Should he lose this, will get sent over to Schindler. And Schindler's a guy, Schindler's an amazing player. You don't just want to give Schindler chips, especially when it's on your direct left.
And just imagine Schulman, Nakamura, and Peters rubbing their hands together in excitement over a potential all-in showdown worth over 3 million chips.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a few time banks here from Ali.
So when a player thinks that is watching this right now, why would he 3-bet? if he's not ready to commit to this all-in.
I mean, one of the things here is Ali could 3-bet pretty wide here. You know, given that he's out of the big blind, he's got a, you know, chip advantage on the other two players. Now he's kind of caught in that spot where he has a really good hand, not the greatest hand, and there it is. He makes the call.
Wow, here he is. Huge call from Imsirovic, putting himself at risk to lose a large portion of his chips. 2.86 million in the middle as we flip for stacks. Ace queen suited versus jacks. The outcome of this hand will have huge implications for this final table. If Imsirovic wins, he'll have a commanding chip lead.
Take that.
And if Schindler wins, Imsirovic is going to be among the shorter stacks. Let's see a flop.
Oh, is there a waitress in there?
Remember, Nakamura
Not
did
yet.
fold one queen. He also folded a jack, but
Yeah.
the queen is a little bit more important here.
Huge flip alert.
Very
Who do we
nice.
want? Let us know in the chat. Do you want Imsirovic or Schindler? Let us know right now as we're about to go to the flop. 10, 7, 9 on the flop. Imsirovic looking for that ace or the queen or running clubs, Donnie. We saw it yesterday in the PLO
We
event.
have seen running clubs. Those backdoor draws, man, they mean a lot more in these high rollers.
3 of spades means the backdoor flush draw is indeed dead. 14%, 6 outs for Imsirovic to knock out Schindler. Let's have a look at the river card. No ace, no queen.
Out the
Schindler
balls.
doubles up and is now
They
our
had
chip leader.
jack suited. Oh. Open-ended.
Yeah, yeah.
And finding nothing.
Both players completely unfazed by winning or losing. Wait, is this a real place? Bryn Mawr in Pennsylvania? Have you heard of this place before?
I
Donnie?
have not heard of that. I've heard of Pennsylvania,
Same, I've heard of Pennsylvania, but
and I've heard of Bryn Kenny, but I've not heard of Bryn Mawr.
is it a typo? Can someone check if that's a typo?
Sounds like a resort in the Bahamas.
The Bryn Mawr Resort, all inclusive, right now, $200 a night.
That's pretty affordable.
Yeah. Lots of love for Imsirovic in the chat.
Notice how Ali paid him out with the bigger denomination chips so he could still keep a nice volume of chips left in his stack, even though he was knocked below 1 million.
Imsirovic down to 24 big blinds. Schulman just behind him with 23, then Nakamura on 17, and David Peters sitting on 12 big blinds. We got Phoenix, we got Houston, we got Detroit in the house watching on Facebook, Belgium as well. Where are you at, Twitch? Where are you watching from? Keep all those jokes to yourself. You guys are not watching from the moon. I know that for a fact. We got New Zealand in the house on YouTube. Love to see it.
I don't know if they want something.
Jeff G says Bryn Mawr is about 30 minutes from me. Well, Bryn. Oh, well, Jeff. This is very confusing. Jimmy Bluffett says Bryn Mawr is real. Well, I trust Jimmy, so I guess we're just going to have to go with it. Donnie is going to now look up.
There's a Bryn Mawr College is the first thing that comes up.
Can you just find out why it's named that? Probably some English dude that discovered it way back when. Meanwhile, Imsirovic versus Schindler round 2. A lot less in the middle this time, however.
Well, this says it's a census-designated place.
What does that mean? Is that like
I
One-
don't know what that means.
one-
That's something that I'm learning on the fly.
one tier below a town?
It is a concentration of population defined by the United States Census Bureau for statistical purposes only. So it's not a real place.
It's not a real
this-
place.
This is like, there's people in the chat saying it's a real place. This is not a real place. It's a made-up place.
Running deuces for Imsirovic to get the check mark in this hand as Schindler pays him off with the 3.
The boundaries of a CDP have no legal status. It's not a real place.
Okay, so Jake Schindler is from a fake place. I'm glad we established that. RMX Indiana says or asks us, Nakamura, dark horse favorite for WSOP POI, Donnie? What do you think?
I mean,
At the right odds?
you know I've been talking to you about possibly drafting him in the 25K fantasy if we get in there. I mean,
Don't say it too loud.
I don't say it too loud. You know, I don't think our competitors in that fantasy are listening right now. I mean, as long as he's going to put in volume, and he's played at the WSOP before, like he just hasn't had the massive amounts of success and success similar to what he's experiencing here at the USPO, then yeah, let's go. Especially with this boosted bankroll, book it. Tamon Nakamura to win the 50K PPC.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's amazing. I love that. Kent Berg, which is funny because Berg means hill in Dutch, says Bryn Mawr means big hill in Welsh.
That is true. That's also what it says on Wikipedia.
I love it. Australia, Hoboken, England, South Africa, Poland in the house, Ireland, Czech Republic, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Shout out to the office. Also watching on Facebook. I appreciate it. Oh, there's the music. Back to the 80s we go. Series standings here of all the remaining players at the final table. Tamon, of course, in the lead. Jake Schindler and Sean Winter still sitting on 0 points coming into this final table. Schulman only 37, Peters only 40, and Ali Imsirovic, the most important player for Tamon to look at, as he is sitting on 176 points. So Tamon will be rooting for an early Imsirovic bust out to take him one step closer to winning the Gold Eagle trophy. Someone earlier, Donnie, said, what is it made of if it weighs 60 pounds? And I really didn't have an answer.
That's a good question. We have to get with our guy Brent Hanks on that. I think metal? Some sort of
Bronze?
Metal? I mean, it's not made of bronze, but it's certainly made of like a metal or some sort of composite.
Do you think it's hollow inside?
I flicked it the other day,
Yeah?
and it made a ding, like a ting, like it's made of like some metal.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it weighs a crap ton.
60 pounds.
I know. I tried to pick it up again. I mean, I can pick it up, obviously. We can all pick it up, but it's heavy. Like you don't expect it to be that heavy. And a lot of times trophies are just, they look really cool and they look awesome, but then you pick them up and you're like, it's whatever.
Flimsy?
Yeah. No, this one, no shot. I mean, again, we might have done a disservice to Tamon Nakamura here because the weight limit on an airline is 50 pounds, and we made the trophy more than 50 pounds.
I told you yesterday, Julian Gardner booked a seat for his duffel bag full of cash, and Tamon Nakamura will have to book a seat back to Japan.
I mean, I want pictures of him on the plane with the eagle.
Sir, could you please strap in your eagle for takeoff and landing? The most U.S. Poker Open cashes. Chidwick still leads the way with 15. Kerry Katsas 13. Then Peters with 12. Shaq and Foxen also in the top 5. Tamon Nakamura quickly making his way up to the ranks as he has 6 cashes at this year's U.S. Poker Open, 5 of which were final tables, including this very event. David Peters, of course, came into last year's U.S. Poker Open, strolled into the room casually, and just banked the final 2 events, much to the dismay of Ali Imsirovic, who had a commanding lead to win the championship, and he fell just a few points short, as 2 wins were the only path for Peters to crown himself as the champion.
Imagine if he does that again. 3 in a row.
That'd be insane. Meanwhile, we're 70 subs away from hitting 243,000. You guys are pretty slow. I thought we'd be there already by now. But if we hit 243,000 subs on YouTube, we will do a random draw for a signed deck of cards. Same goes, by the way, for the 1,000 likes. We'll never, ever get there. You guys are letting us down. Smash like, though, if you enjoy the content.
Everyone's just lazy Sunday out there.
I go to Italy, Monte Carlo.
Okay.
I was very unsure.
Kyle
Yeah,
says
I might
it's
go to
made
that.
from the tears of Phil Hellmuth.
Yeah, I guess
I think the trophy would have been bigger if that was the case.
Yes, very true.
Louis is asking, how can I get into these live tournaments? Well, Louis, all you have to do is show up with a pile of cash to the studio, and you can enter. These are free to enter for whoever wants to play.
Well, they're not free to enter for whoever wants to play.
Well, they cost money, but you get what I mean.
They must get what you mean, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
450. timed it.
150,000.
Did I?
4 seconds over.
It's fine.
If it's more, I call it.
Hmm?
Will you go to Cyprus? Hey, Sean.
What's up?
Will you go to Cyprus?
I'm not going. No, I'm going to Florida.
Ah, Florida. Ah, yeah. How
You ever been there to Hard Rock? They have a good.
I've been there. So
They have a good
I
series.
want- yeah.
I mean, it's not that many events, but they're good.
Yeah.
Oliver increases the joke by quite the margin. He says the Aria swimming pool is made up of tears
Away
from
from
Phil Hellman.
timing.
Also true.
Brian Rutherford is calling us out on the
How about
USPO website not being updated since 2021. So
might.
Tim Duckworth, if you're listening, come on, bro. Joking aside, go to pgt.com to check the latest standings. We have articles on all the winners, links to all the videos, and of course live reporting of all our major events. pgt.com, go to the live reporting section. You can see standings, payouts, chip counts, photo galleries, and everything else that you want to know about the US Poker Open. And live reporting, by the way, of today's 50K starts at 2 p.m. local Las Vegas time, which is in about half an hour.
Cyprus.
I don't think so. Maybe Monaco.
I mean, Ali lost that hand because he's not wearing the Dragon Ball Z hoodie. That,
100%.
like,
Give me some of the lucky
he
chips.
needs to go change.
Absolutely.
That's the only explanation. Has David Peters said a word yet?
No, he's not here to talk, Donnie. He's here to win. David Peters is all business all the time. And then he makes this awesome Kobe Bryant look-like photo when he wins the trophy once again this
All
year.
in.
There goes Nakamura with ace-jack offsuit.
No gamble, no future.
That's right, baby.
He's got the ace to jack, and he ain't holding back.
That's right, baby.
Shove gets through for Nakamura. Important shove, as he's now the third shortest stack. Nakamura's US Poker Open looks as following: 14th, 1st, 7th, 1st, 5th, and then of course today's final table. So let's see if he can add another win to his resume. But already the most impressive stretch of his live tournament career, as he is now all of a sudden a mainstay, a feature on the tour.
He said
he-
the same.
He's going to be a contender for the overall PGT standings.
Raise 80,000.
25K buy-in today, 50K tomorrow, for those asking.
Nakamura had about $375,000 in live tournament earnings ahead of 2022. He's already up to nearly 600,000.
Wow.
Plus whatever he cashes for here.
That's incredible.
Again, truly breakout year, truly breakout performance here at the 2022 USPO.
Makes me think of Isaac Kempton, Donnie, who gave a very revealing interview to Jeff Platt yesterday after busting the PLO, basically saying that he is now motivated to chase those PGT points to make his way into the year-ending $500,000 free roll, which of course we will be broadcasting on PokerGO.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you have a hot start to the year like Isaac Kempton did, and not only did he finish second in the Win Millions to Tony Sinistage, but had some results here at the USPO. I think you got to chase that chance. Tamon Nakamura now 9th on Japan's all-time money list.
Wow. He's going to be top.
He's only $38 behind Tetsuya Tsuchikawa
3 seconds.
to jump into 8th.
Raise
And then in 7th place is
175,000.
Naoya Kihara.
He's only 7th, Kihara?
He's 7th
That surprises me. I thought he was higher.
with $1.184 million. So Nakamura within striking distance of jumping up quite a bit.
At this rate, he'll be number 1 by the end of the year.
For sure. For sure.
Meanwhile, Imsirovic raising to 90K with Jack 8 suited, Schindler with the 3-bet to 225, and Winter in the tank from the big blind with Ace 8 suited. These are the big stacks clashing, and Winter decides to clash,
500,000.
making it what looks like 500K. Indeed, it does. Two quick folds, and Winter picks him up.
I was going to call it off, though.
Donnie, we're 6 members away from 1,600 on the Discord channel. Discord.gg/PokerGo.
Get in there.
If you're a Discord person,
Get in there and head on over to the Poker Strategy channel and tell Tim Duckworth how bad he played his hand when he flop tripped jacks.
and also, Donnie, remind people once more that we have one more round of giveaways today.
That is true. We are giving away the 2 decks of cards, 2 signed decks of cards on YouTube. But independent of that, we're in our 3rd and final day of celebration giveaways for hitting 1,000 Discord members today, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. On the Discord server, in the giveaways channel, we are giving away an Antonio Esfandiari signed deck, a Nick Schulman signed deck, a Daniel Negreanu signed deck of cards, and then last but certainly not least, Mr. Queen 4 off himself, a Phil Hellmuth signed book, and a PokerGo shot glass set. You can read the book and you can drink at the same time because you'll likely have to drink reading Phil Hellmuth's book.
Is the book called How to Play Queen 4?
No, I see the book came out before Queen 4.
We need a new book.
So we're gonna need a new book. The discourse on Twitter, like over that hand, is just, I mean, it's incredible.
Poker is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen.
And people actually believe, like, the Galfons and the Coons, like, you know, about their quote-unquote analysis, which is actually just satirical. I mean, it's wild, man. Poker never dead, guys. Never dead.
Imsirovic, meanwhile, stranglehold on this hand. Nakamura, best he can hope for is a 9 on the river. Very, very tough spot for Nakamura here, who has made the lower end of the straight. Makes the call. To the river we go. Wouldn't be surprised to see Imsirovic bomb the river here. This 8 might change his mind, but Imsirovic is going to be very, very happy with the strength of his hand. Nothing indicates that Nakamura has a full house here. I would not be surprised to see Imsirovic shove here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see pretty much everything, to be honest.
There it is. All-in shove from Imsirovic. Maximum pressure on Nakamura, who holds the lower end of the straight. Very tough spot. Let us know in the chat if you would be able to fold your straight here, given all the information that you have.
I mean, it's tough because it's Ali Imsirovic, and you know he can put maximum pressure on with much weaker hands than a straight here.
How much does it factor in, Donnie, that David Peters also has a very short stack, and that laddering, from a points perspective, can make all the difference for Nakamura?
Yeah, and I think that plays into Imsirovic's thinking here. You know, he knows that Nakamura is likely fighting till his last breath to get these points. Not only that, there's obviously the money implications as well. Ali's been in these positions before. He knows how to put maximum pressure. Second time bank there tossed in from Nakamura. On the flip side, you have Nakamura that's looking over there like, this is Ali Imsirovic. I know he knows all the pressure that's on me, and he could be doing this with a lot of hands.
Exactly.
What if Ali is doing it with a 4, and then we're chopping? But then in that case, I'm calling only to win half the pot, so it's tricky.
It's very, very tricky. I don't think I'm good enough to fold here. Saw someone mentioning in the chat that they would tilt fold. Tilt fold is probably the right move. What a tough spot for our championship leader. One more time bank chip flicked into the middle.
I mean, Nakamura doesn't have any spades, so he doesn't remove any blockers in that regard. I mean, it's a tough spot, man.
How does he get away from this? Versus one of the most aggressive players on the tour. He does lay it down.
Lays it down.
What an incredible fold by Nakamura. Imsirovic doesn't give him the satisfaction of showing his cards.
Lays down a monster.
And that laydown right there might have just got him the poker cup.
Well, let's go home, Remco.
Yeah.
Bad fold, he said. I don't know.
Sean Winter saying,
Sorry, just I want to say good
Always
bra.
about the hum.
All right, I won't talk to you anymore.
Sorry. Sorry
This
about
is
that.
one pot.
Yeah.
Raise.
incredible piece of commentary there by Sean Winter, who could be right.
That's right. Everyone go follow Tamon on Twitter. Tamon 10
I
TN
might
and then the
say
number 10.
2
1
weak.
0.
10-10.
10-10. Let's go.
You almost called me with a 5? Huh? You almost called me with a 5?
All in.
All in.
Chat is very impressed with the fold by Nakamura, deservingly so. And here, after a raise by Schindler to 80k, Schulman moves all in with ace-3 suited.
Did you hear Ali there said you almost
What
called
was
me
that
with a 5?
I can look. Curious.
7:30.
Okay, thank you.
Schindler from a place that we all know, New York City. New York, New York.
Schulman.
Sorry, Nick Schulman. Expert pool player and 3-time WSOP bracelet winner.
Also WPT champion.
The takeover.
Also expert commentator, I would say.
Very true. Come on, Ali. Come on. I can't do good impersonations, but Schulman is amazing.
There's that Golden Eagle trophy, baby. I mean, that might be the best trophy we have.
Yes. No, the Stairway to Millions trophy
The
is
Stairway to Millions trophy is badass.
really badass. For those that are just tuning in, 25k, no limit hold'em final table, 440k up top. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, don't forget to follow us, like us, subscribe to our channel. We do tons of free streams. This one, however, is just a 1-hour preview, as the PokerGO members will get the exclusive rest of this final table with commentary by Brent Hanks and Jeff Platt as Nakamura knocks over Winter Stack in slow motion.
I don't know. I could be
Plus,
king.
yeah.
Okay,
Phenomenal stuff.
it was close enough.
Pretty good.
He's just having the time of his life.
Go.
It's just great to see.
I didn't.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm only right like 2/3 of the time.
He even got a
And
smile out of Jake Schindler.
you're right.
That's hard to do.
Misdeal hand. You know,
That's the carry catch
very
strategy.
careful here.
Pocket jacks. We've seen some big hands, big starting hands in general at these final tables. Not only just this one, but all the ones that we've been on.
All in.
Uh-oh, here we go. Schulman raises, and Nakamura moves all in with
This is
king-queen
now
offsuit from the cutoff.
400.
Ace-8 into the muck from Peters. Imsirovic has 7-3, and Schindler finds ace-king.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
This
Look,
might...
Schulman immediately like, what in the world is happening?
Schulman is looking at Nakamura, but Schindler...
He's looking at his chips because of how short he is, and then you also have David Peters, who's even shorter than that, so it's just such a tricky spot here.
Maybe you will say fuck to me.
I'm on the
No
edge of
gamble,
my
no
seat
future.
right now. I mean, what are we even rooting for here? Three-way all-in? Nakamura with the triple? Lucky Queen? Lady Gaga?
I don't know what we're rooting for.
Where's Ren Lin when you need him?
Super tough spot for Nick Schulman here.
Wow, what a spot.
I mean, if you're Nakamura, you do not feel good. You don't feel good with the Schindler shove, but you also don't feel good now that Nick is tanking. You know that you're
But
pretty much dead in the water. Schindler over here is probably in a similar boat, thinking, you know, Schulman's got
Maybe no gamble, no future. My friend.
queens or jacks.
How about you?
no gamble, no future for Nick Schulman might be the right approach. Nakamura has the easiest situation right now because he's already all in. It doesn't matter anymore. His chips are in the middle. Visible pain on the face of Nick Schulman.
And Schindler will be all right. I mean, he's got 2.4 million plus. It'll be a hit to his stack if he loses this, but not the end of the world. Schulman just absolutely in the blender here.
Obviously, if he could see the cards, he'd snap call. This is the misery that tournament poker inflicts upon us humans as we are put in these incredibly tough situations with hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. And David Peters is probably laughing the loudest watching all this unfold.
Had Nakamura folded his king-queen, it would have been interesting to see if David Peters had moved in on the short side with ace-8 of clubs.
Yeah, good point. What do we think, chat? What are we rooting for? I have no idea what Nick's going to do.
I mean, David Peters is for sure rooting for him to call, right? Get 2 knockouts, ladder up 2 spots.
Yeah, 2 spots.
10 seconds.
I don't think he's going to do it, Donnie.
I mean, we can see the cards, right? If he does fold, you can't really blame him given what's at stake at this final table.
He has 80K invested. It's not as if he's pot committed. This is not one of those situations where you raise to keep 1 chip behind and then you have to make a decision.
He also has a hand where I feel like it's right on the edge.
Queen-
Like, tens is probably a much easier fold, obviously. Queens is like he probably had called by now, but he's got the jacks. Everyone hates jacks, man. It's just, and now Nick Schulman hates jacks. And literally everyone hates jacks in the world.
This is so tough. If Schulman was a lot shorter, it'd be an easy call. If he was, if his stack was a lot bigger, it'd be an easy fold. He's right in the middle of all of this. Ooh. And
Jacks.
he throws him into the muck.
Did you hear Ali Imsirovic? Asked him if he had jacks.
You call?
Incredible.
Pure fold? How many do I owe?
I don't know. On a misdeal, I feel like you're destined.
I know, I was feeling misdeal destiny, I swear to you.
I don't. It's hard to be the other way
Glass half
around.
full, mind you. 8, you said?
Yeah.
8 time bank chips is what it cost him to make this fold, and Schindler's now on the brink of sending Nakamura to the rail. He's gonna need a queen. Let's see what the flop brings.
Peters went back into the metaverse during that time.
Peter is gone.
5, 5, 10 on the flop. No help for Nakamura, who needs a queen desperately. Running straight cards also still an option. Seven on the turn. A queen and a queen only will keep Nakamura in this tournament. And if he doesn't, the race for the USPO title will be wide open, as he'll take the minimum amount of points at this final table. Can he escape? He cannot. 5 on the river. Ace-King holds up. Nakamura is eliminated. We are down to 5.
Hi.
And Nick Schulman would have tripled up.
Good game. Good game.
Nakamura takes home $82,500 for his efforts.
Also
Destiny,
50
though.
points in the race. He's now officially 100 points ahead of Alex Foxen for the USPO Series Championship, which also comes with a 50K cash bonus.
Wow. And do we know how many points in min cash will be in the 50K?
We do not yet know.
But would you
Maybe
say that's
maybe a
between
little
50
bit.
and 100?
Doesn't work that way. I mean, I don't
I
know.
mean, I can look at last year's. How about that?
How about
You
that?
do some talking. I'll look at last year's.
Come on, dude.
We'll figure some stuff out.
I'll talk. Donnie does math. David Peters is the short stack. Then Nick Schulman, who just tossed his jacks into the muck to avoid a massive three-way all-in. Chat is
Last year, a min cash was 63 points. They did get 42 entries in the 50K last year, so you know, I would say likely 45 plus points for a min cash this year sounds about right.
so a min cash won't be enough
Raise
for the
8,000.
player in second place.
Yeah, that's pretty fair to say.
We're 5 subs away on YouTube from doing that signed deck giveaway with 5 minutes to spare on the free preview stream. So let's just do it, guys. Smash subscribe right now. We'll do the random draw in the chat in just a few minutes for a signed deck by Nick Schulman, right, Donnie? Or Esfandiari. Who do you want to give away?
Well, the Esfandiari is for the 1,000 likes.
Oh, okay, so
Nick
then-
Schulman
all
was
right.
at this final table and just made a super tough fold with jacks.
There we go. Nick Schulman signed deck of cards if we hit 243,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We're only 5 away, so please smash subscribe if you are tuning into the stream. It helps us, and in return, we'll help you, and maybe you'll win some cool poker memorabilia. Imsirovic with ace-queen raises it up.
Just continuing with the powerful starting hands that we've seen at these final tables.
Schulman looking at ace-deuce suited. It's a big hand these days. Let's go, boys and girls. Smash subscribe. Oh, looks like I've woken up the chat. I've woken up the subscribers. I do appreciate it. It is time to do the random draw
I was ready.
for a signed deck of cards.
Ready for what?
Whatever you guys wanted to
The
do.
smoke.
And by the way,
I'm all in.
thank you as well for everyone who has already been a longtime subscriber of the channel. Everyone will be entered who is in
You're in?
the YouTube chat. All you have to
I feel
do
like it.
is answer this question. Who will win
Okay.
today's final table? Who will win from these 5 players? Let us know in the chat right now. I'll pick a random answer in the
I guess
next
so.
90 seconds. So you have 90 seconds to enter who you
I'm
will
not an
think
ace-king and
will win
producer.
this final table. And among
All right.
all the people entering on the YouTube chat, I will pick a random winner. And all you have
Guess
to
I
do
wasn't ready.
then is send a DM to us on Twitter, twitter.com/PokerGo, with a screenshot of yourself logged into your YouTube account. That way we know that it's you. There's no cheating. All right, there come the answers. Let's hear it. 90 seconds. You have to be a subscriber of the channel. Do it now. Do it quick. Signed deck of cards by Nick Schulman up for grabs.
10 seconds.
Tons of names being answered.
270.
Love to see it.
Raise 270,000.
Yeah, it's for sure a fold, Nick.
Sweet.
For the people who are just subbing to our channel, keep in mind we do giveaways every single time we are doing a live stream. Tomorrow, same place, same time, new live stream, 50K buy-in, stacked final table. I can already promise you,
No,
given that the
queen
field
deuce.
will have all your favorite players in it.
11.5 bigs, oh, and no gamble, no future. It's gonna be after folding on the, you know, and I mean,
30 seconds left
Did you plug in the misdeal factor?
to get your
I didn't
guesses
play
in.
that hand. I feel like that makes it sometimes.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, we're also doing a Discord giveaway. More decks of cards, signed as well by Negranu, by Esfandiari and Helmuth. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Discord.gg/PokerGo. Join us there now. We only had 80 people in our giveaway raffle last night. Only 80. So you're really missing out if you're not joining the channel, because between you and 80 more people, that's all that stands in between winning some cool poker memorabilia. Okay, time for the draw. Let's have a look.
10 seconds.
And the winner is Dylan Pruder. Dylan Pruder. He guessed Sean Winter. Dylan Pruder, you are the winner. Send a DM to twitter.com/PokerGo with a screenshot of you logged into your Twitter account, and we will send you a signed deck of cards by Nick Schulman. Appreciate it, everyone. That was fun. I love it. I love doing the giveaways. Seeing some new
How
people
many
on
are
our
we
Discord
doing?
channel
we
as
do
well.
We do this at this?
More giveaways coming. 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
and then breakup.
Doesn't look like we're going to get to 1,000 likes,
We are not.
but The giveaway on Discord is happening no matter
You know
what.
this makes
Exactly.
Sean quit.
Discord.gg/PokerGo. Nice and simple. Plug that
Great
URL
decision.
in.
Great.
Get on
decision.
in to the Discord server. Hop on in to the
Or
Introduce
it's a
Yourself
coincidence.
channel. Let us know about yourself, and then we will be doing the giveaway. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Discord.gg/PokerGo.
All right, and this will be the last hand of our free stream as Schulman raises it up with a King 10. Peters looking at Ace-Jack offsuit. Might be looking at a shove here, sitting on 11 big blinds. Like I said just now, we're back tomorrow with more.
Second.
The final stream of the 2022 USPO 50K final table. The all-deciding 50K final table. Peters with a 3-bet, leaving
650 back.
very few chips behind him. Imsirovic, ace-queen offsuit. We might be looking at a big all-in here just before the end of the hour.
Call.
Imsirovic makes the call. Very interesting. I wish Schulman's hand was suited.
Nick with a much easier fold than those jacks.
Peters has 140K behind. It's going to be tough for him to get away from this one. There's Nick's king. King 5-5. All in from Imsirovic.
275,000.
Very awkward for David Peters.
Doesn't have a diamond in his hand either.
He does. Maybe he doesn't. He does make the call. Peters all in at risk with ace high. He's got him out kicked. Imsirovic only has to dodge 3 jacks to send Peters to the rail and to bring the action down to 4-handed play, which will continue, by the way, on PokerGo.com as Brent Hanks and Jeff Platt are on the call. Live chat also enabled on PokerGo, so please come hang out with us. I'll be in the chat. 6 on the turn. Doesn't change a thing. Still needs a jack.
We have a pot on our hands, Ollie.
Only
That
2
would've
jacks
been on
remaining
there.
as Imsirovic picks up the 4th diamond. Two outs.
Yeah.
That is not it. Deuce on the river sends Peters to the rail as Imsirovic rakes in the pot, chipping up to 2 million. And that brings us to the end of the free preview stream here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. The rest of the show will be available exclusively to our valued PokerGo members. If you are new to PokerGo, use USPO 22 to save $20 off on the annual
The
subscription.
you mean?
New High Stakes Poker season is out now, in case you need any more motivation to join us. His name is Donnie Peters. My name is Remco Rinkema. We'll be back tomorrow with the conclusion of the 2022 US Poker Open as the 50K No Limit Hold'em final table will also be available here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. For now, have fun with Brent and Jeff on PokerGo. See you tomorrow.